Not yet. Really, it's the material that determines where I shoot the film. We try to shoot the films where it takes place. That's why we did Italy
So it's not
6 months.
It's not the incentives like that they've been talking about.
Well, that too, but right now, the highest incentives are Louisiana and New York. They just raised in New York. Yes.
Best way to get on your production team.
Doing what?
Production assistant, editing.
Well, the best way is always working with from the bottom. So a lot of people volunteer, have internships, and people that work hard, they get noticed that they get offered a position. So that's how. Yes.
Hi, being a black student at a historically black college at Hampton University.
You at Hampton?
Yeah. How do you think we should motivate as young people, motivate our black people to get out and vote and make a difference and know that their vote does make a change?
Well, I think that you can do that. I don't think that's something that's particular to being a student in sort of college. I mean, you can do that anywhere. No matter where you are, you gotta encourage people to come out to vote. But there's been a record turnout this year with make sure you don't drop any votes. It's coming November. What year are you in Hampton?
I'll be a junior this coming semester.
What's your major?
Political science.
All right. Go to law school?
After this, yeah.
Where? Harvard?
Hopefully UofH. I really love Texas, so I'm hoping to come back home.
All right. Yes.
One question. I know you spoke earlier saying that most people. You said that most people go to work enslaved for a job that they're not happy at, and I won't do that. I have picked the major not because I actually care about it, but because the money will be good. I'm an accounting major. My question is, what made you want to film and what inspired you to find that thing that makes you want to get up in the morning? And right now I can't think of anything.
But do you like accounting or you just doing it because you did a good job?
I mean, it's okay. It's not anything that I get a thrill out of.
Numbers that give you a thrill?
That kind of thrill.
Well, I was very lucky. When I was at Morehouse my first 2 years, I had like a 2.2 GPA. I was unmotivated, just wandering. And that summer between my sophomore and junior years, I had a Super 8 camera, started shooting stuff, and then it just clicked. But it doesn't happen right away. Some people might, like, let's say if I'm a professor at NYU, a lot of my students were doctors, lawyers. They quit their careers because they wanted to become filmmakers. So and this is like after they were established too. So you shouldn't feel bad at this moment. You know exactly what it is because it comes at different times to everybody. But I think the fact that you acknowledge that this doesn't make you happy, that's good. So you know that there's still something out there. And I also understand there's reality that you gotta eat too. So it's a balance act, it's a high wire act. You gotta eat, you gotta pay the bills, but there's also a thing called starving artists too. So you have to try to find a balance.
Okay, I attend the HBCU here in Texas Southern. A lot of people feel that HBCUs are not as equivalent to the bigger schools. How do you think that we can bring more attention, make people understand that even though it's an HBCU, you can still get the same opportunities as someone from a bigger school?
The best thing a person in a black school can do is just be a great student because you are a product of that school. So if you come out of Morehouse or Spelman or Hampton and you're trifling, you're representing that school, and people will say, man, I'm black schools, what are they doing there? But so you have to realize you are representing that school. You are the face of that school. And I really can't talk about the other school, but in Morehouse, we always, I mean, from day one, they tell you that we can hang with Harvard anybody. So they'll really, I mean, now that's pounded from day one. They also say first day, look to your left, look to your right. My first semester, someone's gonna be out.
Okay, earlier you talked about companies and really what's thinking about diversity, but what advice would you have for companies that are instilling a diversity initiative in their organizations and we've done in the field to really push the racial people up? What advice would you have for the companies that are, I work with Abercrombie, and we have some for myself. Yeah, so what?
In fact, whoa. In fact, I stopped buying there. Because I never sold a black mouse. I'm talking about on the side of buildings, in the catalogs, and a lot of them look gay too. I know you work for the company, but you made a wink. That means you agree. Have you looked at the catalogs?
The catalogs.
Or what?
Catalogs is one thing, but
Wait a minute. How can you say the catalog? If you put a catalog out, when a company puts out a catalog, that's saying this is who we are.
okay.
Whoa.
Here's my-
Am I right or wrong?
You could be right.
All right, go ahead.
But my question is just your advice when you talked about Barack Obama. He's coming up. I'm sorry. I understand that the catalog is something that we discuss offline. However, but what advice would you have for companies right now with the changing of the world in regards to Barack Obama being the next presidential candidate? We still have some there's some still corporate big real estate companies out there that still have working with their diversity initiative as well. Not just our company, but there's a lot of others out there. So what advice would you have for those companies? You talked about it earlier. They do the lip sync. So how have you instituted that within your folks that you give advice to companies?
Well, rarely have I been a consultant to companies, but sometimes if I do have a great relationship with people who run companies, I pull their coattail and say, look, not only, as I said before, not only the right thing to do, it's going to help you in the bottom line. And I think that's where the appeal has to come, more than this is look for the country today. Say you can make more money, your company can make more money. It really, truly, doesn't give lip service to diversity. But I understand there are going to be some companies that are holding out. There are some companies that say our market doesn't deal with that, so we don't need them. But I think that's a foolish business move to exclude, because blacks and Hispanics, we spend a whole lot of money. We spend money we don't even have. And if you look at the numbers, we spend a higher index on clothes, cars, jewelry, hair products. We watch more TV than anybody. So I don't know how you can sit by and say and ignore those billions of dollars that we spend. That's crazy.
I think one of the things that you raised here, and it's just this conversation that we had a moment ago, we have to have these difficult and uncomfortable conversations. I mean, look at how everybody got when we started having this little dialogue. We all kind of shrunk back. But these are the conversations that we have. They need to be the conversations that you have in your boardrooms and with others. And we have to be willing to say, well, it's not really politically correct to say that. Well, screw that. We just need to start having the conversations. And I think those are the ones that you've had in your films and with your companies and what they want Eddie Murphy to have with Paramount. Right?
I want to thank all the college students for coming out. We really appreciate you coming out. This is our second annual College Diversity Summit. Abercrombie and Fitch